When you poke the bear, you better be ready for the consequences. Jimmy Kimmel learned this the hard way when he decided to take shots at Sylvester Stallone. What started as a late-night joke quickly spiraled into a PR disaster for both Kimmel and ABC. But Stallone? He didn't just clap back, he completely obliterated Kimmel in a way that left fans cheering and executives scrambling. It started with Jimmy Kimmel making a move that left Hollywood buzzing. The late-night host, famous for pushing the envelope, decided to block Sylvester Stallone from appearing on his show. The reason? Stallone dared to voice opinions that didn't match Hollywood's usual script. But if Kimmel thought this would go unnoticed, he couldn't have been more wrong. Word of Kimmel's decision didn't stay behind closed doors for long. A leaked memo from the show's production team hinted at Stallone's rejection, and soon after, industry insiders began whispering about the incident. Social media didn't waste a second. Within hours, the news spread like wildfire, with fans demanding answers. Some claimed Kimmel himself had quietly shared his reasoning in a meeting, while others speculated that Stallone's own team let it slip. Whatever the source, it didn't take long for the story to go public, and it hit harder than anyone expected. So what exactly were Stallone's controversial opinions? The legendary actor had recently spoken out about the dangers of political correctness in Hollywood, calling it a creativity killer. He also criticized the industry's obsession with pandering to trends rather than focusing on storytelling and artistry. Stallone's remarks resonated with a large portion of the public, but they clearly rubbed some insiders the wrong way. For Kimmel, it seemed like having Stallone on his show was a risk he wasn't willing to take, a decision that quickly came back to haunt him. The backlash was swift and brutal. Stallone fans took to social media, blasting Kimmel for the snub. Memes flooded Twitter, posts labeled Kimmel as out of touch, and hashtags like Team Stallone started trending. The show's audience ratings, already shaky, began dipping even further. Here's where it gets even better. Stallone wasn't about to stay silent. He rejected Kimmel's last-minute attempts to smooth things over and refused to appear on the show, even after producers practically begged him to reconsider. Instead, Stallone focused on platforms that welcomed his voice, and fans loved him even more for it. So, why the sudden change of heart? Kimmel didn't exactly grow fond of Stallone overnight. The answer lies in one word: desperation. After the backlash, Kimmel's ratings took a nosedive, and Disney executives weren't happy. The controversy had turned off viewers, and Stallone's absence only added to the tension. Kimmel and his team likely realized that bringing Stallone back could help repair some of the damage. But here's the twist. Kimmel never truly apologized. His offers to Stallone seemed less like genuine remorse and more like an attempt to salvage his reputation and save face with his bosses. This isn't the first time Jimmy Kimmel has stirred up controversy. Known for his biting humor and divisive takes, Kimmel has often targeted figures who don't fit the Hollywood mold. Stallone was an easy target, but what Kimmel didn't anticipate was the loyalty of Stallone's fan base. They were brutal. While Kimmel scrambled to save face, Stallone showed everyone what grace under pressure looks like. He could have gone on a public tirade or launched a war of words, but he didn't. Instead, he took the opportunity to shine a light on platforms that aligned with his values. He appeared on shows like The Joe Rogan Experience and Greg Gutfeld. As Stallone moved forward, his fans followed in droves. Social media lit up with posts supporting his decision to steer clear of Kimmel's show. Tweets flooded in, calling Stallone a real man of principle and a true Hollywood legend. Hashtags like Stand With Stallone trended, proving that audiences aren't interested in one-sided narratives anymore. Kimmel, on the other hand, faced mounting criticism for trying to silence someone so beloved. Hollywood insiders didn't miss a beat either. Stallone's rejection caused many to speculate that the move marked a turning point in how stars interact with late-night television. Producers and studio heads began reevaluating their strategies, realizing that audiences crave authenticity over scripted drama. As Stallone's rejection gained traction, Kimmel's panic became impossible to hide. Reports surfaced that his team had repeatedly reached out to Stallone's representatives, offering everything from full creative control over the interview to extended airtime. The fact that Kimmel's team offered Stallone full creative control shows just how bad the situation was. Late-night hosts rarely give up that much power, especially on their own shows. It was an open admission that Kimmel's ratings crisis was so dire, he was willing to bend over backward to salvage the situation. Essentially, Stallone would have had free rein to say whatever he wanted, a privilege almost unheard of in the world of tightly scripted late-night television. Critics said it was the ultimate sign of desperation from Kimmel's camp. But Stallone wasn't interested. The actor made it clear he wouldn't be a pawn in Kimmel's game to save his show's tanking ratings. Fans were quick to point out how the tables had turned, calling Kimmel's pleas the ultimate karma. Viewers are turning away from traditional late-night shows, tired of the predictable jokes and one-sided conversations. Platforms like podcasts and independent media have become the go-to for unfiltered, authentic voices. While Kimmel's show struggled, Stallone's own projects thrived. His series, The Family Stallone, became a surprise hit, resonating with audiences who appreciated its raw and relatable content. The timing couldn't have been better. As Kimmel's ratings plummeted, Stallone's popularity soared, showing just how far authenticity can take you in an industry increasingly driven by optics. Kimmel's decision to reject Stallone was a really bad move. For a host already on shaky ground with his ratings, this misstep only fueled speculation about his future. Some even suggested that Kimmel's days as a late-night staple might be numbered, with calls for fresher, more balanced voices growing louder by the day. As the drama unfolded, Kimmel's ratings took another hit. The rejection wasn't just a personal loss, it was a professional disaster. With fewer people tuning in, the pressure on Kimmel from ABC executives has reportedly reached a boiling point. Some insiders are even speculating that this Stallone debacle could be the final straw, forcing ABC to rethink Kimmel's future on late-night television. Jimmy Kimmel has been a staple of ABC's late-night lineup since 2003, hosting Jimmy Kimmel Live. The show was created to compete with late-night heavyweights like David Letterman and Jay Leno. And while it has seen periods of success, its reliance on political humor and divisive jokes has alienated many viewers over time. ABC, a network owned by Disney, has historically supported Kimmel despite his controversies, largely due to his ability to attract a younger, more progressive audience. As part of Disney's vast entertainment empire, ABC depends on flagship programs like Jimmy Kimmel Live to drive advertising revenue and maintain its relevance in the cutthroat world of late-night television. Kimmel's show represents a significant investment for ABC, both financially and in terms of its cultural image. However, with ratings slipping and rival shows gaining traction, Kimmel's ability to deliver has come under intense scrutiny. ABC executives are reportedly growing impatient, as each ratings dip affects not only the show, but also the network's broader advertising deals and reputation. This isn't the first time Kimmel's approach has backfired. In the past, several high-profile celebrities have quietly turned down invitations to appear on his show. Rumors suggest that Kimmel's team has a reputation for being overly controlling, dictating what guests can and cannot discuss. One notable example is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, known for his charisma and openness during interviews. However, when Kimmel extended an invitation to him, it reportedly came with a strict list of topics that were off-limits. Among them, Johnson's rumored plans to enter politics, a topic that had been making headlines at the time. The Rock, famous for his unfiltered and genuine personality, found the restrictions unappealing. Rather than conform to Kimmel's terms, Johnson quietly declined, opting to focus on interviews where he could engage freely with his fans. Taylor Swift, another entertainment powerhouse, was also rumored to have declined an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, for similar reasons. Reports suggested that Swift's team had concerns about Kimmel's penchant for reframing narratives to fit his comedic style, potentially at the expense of her image. With Swift's every word scrutinized by fans and media alike, her team didn't want to risk a situation where she couldn't control her message. Ultimately, Swift's choice to skip the show underscored a growing pattern. Top-tier celebrities steering clear of an environment where the risks seem to outweigh the benefits. Barbra Streisand, a name synonymous with Hollywood royalty, became the center of another behind-the-scenes drama. She is a legendary singer, actress, and filmmaker who has won multiple Oscars, Grammys, and Emmys. Scheduled to appear on Jimmy Kimmel Live, Streisand